There's a Greek word called charisma, and it was something that was given or is given to somebody, almost like a favour, a gift. I believe in Christology it's come to be something that's bestowed on somebody to help others. It could be argued that Yeshua was a charismatic, and by the touch of his hand could heal. And that certainly seems to be, in my mind, what's been mentioned here. In the King James version, he lifts her up, but in the complete Jewish Bible, helps her up. I've known people who can go into a room and literally alter that vibe in that room just by turning up.
Yep.
And I've seen people calm people down who are distressed just by a gentle touch.
Yep.
We are social beings, and occasionally the touch of a hand can calm a child, a distressed adult, a pet, an animal, whatever. In Christianity, there is the gifts of spirit, of which one is healing.
How do we read it? Well, you can take it literally, of course you can. And you can just take it as it's written to you in the English. But I must admit, I have struggled looking at this in the Greek. It doesn't resonate. That's maybe my failure in understanding Greek well enough, perhaps. There are certain people who carry a presence in them. And when you are in their company, you get a very clear sense of that presence. There are people that can go in and can agitate, and they can change a group of people in a negative direction. There are other people who can go in and they can diffuse, and they can bring things into a positive direction. There is something that goes on that is outside of us as material beings that affects the space between me and the other person in the room. And we've all heard you could cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Yeah.
You walk into your mate's house when he's had a barney with his missus, and you go, hoo-hoo, it's a bit chilly in here, mate. They've had a ding-dong. We won't stay long. You build stuff into the atmosphere around you. This lady, she's burning up with a fever, and in walks the presence, the power, and the activity of God into her room. And it's going to have a reaction. I've got no problem with people having that aura around them in that respect, that presence. I do think that there are people who, when they pray for people, the people that they pray for get well. I think that there are people who God uses to fulfill his purposes in order to bring healing to people. I personally don't believe that there are people who have a healing ministry anymore, because there are people who still don't get healed when somebody who says, I've got a healing ministry, and if I pray for you, you'll be healed. And so you go, great, pray for me then. And, 2 weeks later, the person's dead. So I don't believe that there are people who have a healing ministry. I believe anyone can be receptive to the move of God on their life to pray for somebody, and God will, through that agency, heal. But that's different to somebody having a gift of healing.